Perry Logan. This is young Perry from the 1970s. Perry, I've come forward in time to July 18th, 2013, and I wanted to ask you, what do you think of the verdict in the Zimmerman trial in Florida? I couldn't help but notice that stand your ground rules were applied to Zimmerman, but not to the victim, Trayvon Martin. A few lefties, such as Thomas Hartman, have noted this. People kept saying Trayvon should run. Trayvon should call the cops. But Trayvon was in fear for his life from Zimmerman. We know this. So, it seems to me that they are failing to apply stand your ground laws to the victim who was black. I think stand your ground laws encourage violence and racism. What do you think? Trayvon had every right to pound Zimmerman's face against the pavement, don't you think? Trayvon feared for his life. By stand your ground rules, he had every right to attack Zimmerman, who after all had a gun and wound up crying for help like a little girl. So, don't you think the Zimmerman trial was a travesty of justice? An example of a bad state with bad laws, bad judges, and bad juries? Don't you agree with the folks who feel that the Zimmerman trial was a complete travesty of justice?
And proof that the laws and the courts in the United States are being applied in a horribly racist manner.
Isn't it sad? The Democrats have been using race as a political tool for the last 4 years. That's right, 5 years. Anyway, as the older and one would assume wiser version of me, I just wanted to thank you for giving me your views. Do I seem callow to you? And Perry, I understand you're doing a new show to be called Destroy All Privacy.
What's it to you, kid?
Well, I'll be getting back to the 70s now. Is Carol still beautiful? Do you still think Texas sucks?
Perry, as your younger self, I'm going to have to ask you to keep your answers short.
What's your problem, Perry? Oh, I understand. They're destroying privacy. There's a campaign led by the crazed executive branch of the American government at all levels to destroy all privacy, to destroy all human rights. Apparently, the executive branch and the courts and all those guys have just gone crazy. I think I'm going to go back and enjoy the 70s while I can. We were a fairly weird decade, but a hell of a lot better than the 20-teens.
Ah, the 20-teens. I guess that's where we are, here on July 18th, 2013. Welcoming you to another episode of Austin's Rockin' Perry Logan in an episode called Destroy All Privacy. Hey, I've got nothing to hide. That's why I leave my genitals out all the time. Welcome to post-democratic, post-snug, post-Obama America, where there's a chill in the atmosphere. Chill in the atmosphere? That's what I said. Hey, there's a heat wave going on all over the United States, all over the world. It's hot enough here in Austin to fry a global warming denier on the sidewalk. That's what we're gonna do. As it gets hotter and hotter, as civilized life gradually becomes impossible, and we can't talk about it because they have destroyed all privacy. Soon we will all have to live in a dome. In order to survive the increasingly hot atmosphere, which will create resource wars, water shortages, diseases of all kinds, disappearing continents, feces, snot, puke, It's ready in a moment. Took care of that. Soon we'll all have to live in a dome. And when we do, we must kill and eat the global warming deniers ere they pollute the dome. It is a plank on the Perry Logan platform that, when we all have to live in a dome, we must kill and eat the global warming deniers ere they pollute the dome. Ere they pollute the dome. Everybody, ere they pollute the dome. Now you.
Kill and eat. 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 Kill and eat.
Perry!
Kill and eat.
Perry, are you having a bad dream?
Hey, old Perry, this is young Perry.
Don't call me old Perry.
Hey, old Perry, why do you think we've lost our privacy so radically and quickly? I'm sure it has a lot to do with the internet, which we don't even have in the 70s. It answers to a theory of mine, and I guess a theory of yours too, that technology, while promising a better life, has a tendency to compromise our rights.
Shut up, kid! Lecture me, you young pup! Sorry. I am so sorry that you had to see me beating the crap out of young Perry. People in the 70s are such wimps. Hey, well, maybe I just had a dream. I had a nightmare in which I was forced to kill and eat the global warming deniers who so richly deserve such satirically stated treatment. You understand, I was pulling a little like Swift thing. I'm not comparing myself to Jonathan Swift or anything, but I was like totally pulling a modest proposal thing. I thought I'd better say that because, you know, I mean, some people can't do irony. Aww. Especially those comical righties. Righties don't have the RAM for irony. You heard me. All right. Well, they don't have much inclination for irony. I think it's those big, fat amygdalas of theirs that cause them to live lives of fear. Pretty good, huh? Now check this out. I will continue to do that until you get it. I am sorry that this show has already seen, well, a heck of a lot of violence for a political show, for what is essentially a talking head show, right? Right, sir, right, right, sir, right. I couldn't hear you. Right, sir, right, sir, right. Yeah. Okay, well, violence aside, it is a theory of mine about technology that's relevant to this whole loss of privacy theme. Wow, the only theme right now. I don't know. We're in an age beset with gigantic problems, catastrophic problems, and people are reacting in just doing anything but solving the problems. You got your global warming, you got your need to kill and eat these unsavory types, because if we don't, they will pollute the dome, don't forget. But certainly a huge problem is this sudden, like almost instant dissolution of the state of privacy. It's dizzying. Is that like shocking and stunning? I would submit that anyone living in this time from which I emanate, so to speak, is stunned. Certainly folks in the U.S. who are paying attention
we've got to be stunned. You know, privacy is something pretty darn central to, oh, I don't know, the upper mammals. This is like how insanely and primordially weird this is. Like sudden, it's like they lifted a curtain. Okay, metaphors abound here. It's like they lifted a curtain. Say, by the way, it's a surveillance state. And you know, you've got a telescreen in your hand practically, and your computer can be turned on, and like Microsoft has given the NSA backdoors to all their software or something like that. I've heard on good authority that the NSA has backdoors into, now get this, all Microsoft software.
All Microsoft software? Who's Microsoft?
Shut up, kid!
Oh, okay, this is a show where I cut loose. I kind of release my id, I guess. And I'm beating the crap out of my 70s younger self, whom I guess I would sort of envy my 70s self. Not just because he's young, but because, you know, well, they had songs. People could write songs. And it seems to me the world has undergone, the U.S. has undergone a catastrophic downward into a mine shaft descent to the point where loyal minions of the government are sworn to destroy all privacy. It's for their own good.
This is James Clapper. I'm the government guy who lied openly to Congress and the people and said the NSA was not spying on everybody. And besides, it's for your protection. You'll notice how safe you all feel now that we're harvesting all of your data like some kind of greedy alien schmoo.
We are not greedy. No, we, the alien schmoos, we are not greedy. I deny that completely.
The alien schmoo takes up the story.
Perry Logan has long held a theory that while technology promises to augment and improve our lives, it often is not compromises our liberties. I believe Perry wanted to talk about that, but then got sidetracked by a whole bunch of hallucinations. Well, what do you call all this? It's all one big hallucination, can't you see? There is no privacy. I, the alien schmoo, can see into your brain in the same way your government may actually, and I mean literally, see into your brain. Your brain. Your brain.
Your brain. My friends, it is literally true. Obama is terribly interested in science's efforts to map the human brain. And while we love Obama like a brother, we have to admit he has a fascist stripe as wide as the pillars of creation. The pillars of creation. As big as you could want anything to be, and yet just a tiny part of a universe that is just way the hell too big.
Well, I think so.
To review, factor one in the almost instant dissolution of privacy in the USA was technology. The price tag we paid for all that yummy internet and cell phone technology.
But there's another factor. I still don't think it was inevitable that we would suddenly find that the entire super secret U.S. Security apparatus was gung-ho for our data, was hot for our data, was like this sort of fatually slavering. We must have the data. We must protect you. We must have the data. The sure sign of a government gone mad. How shall we return sanity to our brothers and sisters in the police and security apparatus and much of the executive branch? They just got some kind of power secrecy disease going, and we say this with love. They have created a system that is just sort of like
is got to be abused, given human nature, that kind of secrecy, that kind of power, the ability basically to go after anybody. Okay. Yeah, this is the setup that we find ourselves living under, thanks to one Edward Snowden. But maybe it was inevitable, indubitable. Maybe it was inevitable. But I think it might not have happened if in 2008 we had gotten a real Democrat nominated. I'm sorry. I didn't say a progressive Democrat or even a centrist Democrat or even a damn blue dog. I'm talking about a real Democrat. You know, I would certainly not say this to Obama if I didn't think it would help. Obama, this ought to help. I don't know what kind of Democrats they have in Chicago. Or is it something that happened once Obama took the oath of office and inherited all that power and simply went mad? May I broach the bold theory that Obama, although he's not like, you know, going... That's for the kids. He's not exhibiting, you know, like florid signs of insanity. But you got to admit, he's gotten just a little cuckoo about secrecy and super secrecy and super duper secrecy. And you know what I'm talking about? Whoa!
Super duper secrecy. I think we do know what Perry's talking about. Even as our brothers and sisters in the executive branch and the entire security apparatus of government seem to have suddenly decided that whatever they want, they get, and they show no signs of turning back.
I think what Perry's trying to say is we would still have some privacy today, even with the internet, if the Democratic Party had gone all fascist in 2008. Who knew it? With Obama sounding like a progressive and making progressive promises, and in general saying what everyone wanted to hear. But you could tell from his fans, couldn't you? The Obams. The Obamacrats. Or as I like to call them, the O-holes. Well, it seems to me the Obats showed many of the signs of weird little brown shirts. The same creepy malevolence, the same use of character assassination, the same goofy devotion to their guy. But you've got to admit, either Obama has gone fascist since he became president, or always had a fascist streak as wide as the pillars of creation from the get-go.
The pillars of creation. Was Obama always a kind of a fascist guy? Look at it realistically, friends. How long after your president announces that he has a kill list before you realize you're living under some weird form of fascism? Sure, Perry gets to complain and yawp a little bit, and people still can have their say here and there, but the fact is, spies and spooks, most of them working for private, for-profit companies, are watching all our stuff. It feels pretty slimy and icky to me. As Glenn Greenwald has said, it's a system that will inevitably lead to all sorts of nightmarish abuse. And even if I'm wrong about Obama, he seems to have left this apparatus for the next Republican president. I don't know, maybe that's my argument of last resort. Hello. Thank you for watching. I love you. Yes, I'm fine. And please stop sending legs. I have more than enough legs, and some pretty good ones, too. Okay. Someday I'll show you my legs. My many legs. Wow, you're gonna cut the outtakes, aren't you? Okay. Okay, well, even if Obama is okay with you, you gotta say, you know, sooner or later, I think sooner or later, some kind of Republican is gonna, like, kind of like worm and squirm. Oh, come on, man, cheat. Can I say the forbidden word? Republican cheat. Cheat.
Republican cheat Republicans. Oh, cheated in the sense of, oh, I don't know, stealing 2 successive presidential elections. Well, I mean, come on, you don't think W was elected? W has turned out to be a painter of dogs, a harmless fool, a clown, if you will.
A clown? Hey, I could start painting clowns. The hell with dogs. I can start painting clowns. Or paint pictures of myself as a clown.
Yeah, you do that, you little wimp. Destroy all privacy. Destroy all privacy. This is James Clapper. None of this is happening. Do you hear me? None of this is happening. We will be monitoring you. We will be monitoring your brain. This is your brain. This is us watching your brain.
Must have data, must have data. Hold still.
Destroy all privacy. Destroy all privacy. I love it. Perry. Mind if I interrogate you? Well, good. I'll just attach these electrodes to your genitals. Well, I was gonna have to shock you, Perry. Destroy all privacy. Destroy all privacy. That's so amusing. So, Perry, what other reasons can you cite for why America has turned almost instantly into a super surveillance state? Enough to give George Orwell nightmares.
That was a very well-framed question, J. Edgar, if I may say. Hey, J. Edgar, the third big reason why we're suddenly being watched everywhere, why there's no privacy at all, it will shock you. I shouldn't use that word. It will shock you or anybody. But it's because something that Americans deny is real, and that is class warfare. Remember class warfare?
Yeah, well, I sure as hell do. Hey, everybody, this is Karl Marx. Personally, I think the whole thing proves I'm right. I guess I'm prejudiced. But you know, imagine my surprise. I, an avowed atheist and materialist of the first order, found myself going down that tunnel of light and winding up here in heaven. Ho-ho! And looking down now, I can see I was right. Those capitalists will kill us all.
No Marxist I, just because he visits my show, you know. But it just seems to me that America would be the last country in the world, no matter how bad it got. We would never forsake capitalism. I hope I'm wrong. I do think capitalism destroys everything it touches. And I think our current times are an indication of that. Now, well, what has happened more specifically to us, and our third big reason why it's now they watch you, I don't know, going to the bathroom and there's like back doors into all Microsoft software. That's a lot of bad doors into a lot of bad software. I'm so sorry I shilly and shally. I'm sorry I shilly and shally, but it seems to be my way. Nevertheless, it will shock you to hear that I think Marx is right. That there are classes of people that do sometimes go to war with one another. In other words, Class warfare is real. You don't have to be a Marxist to see the classes are, more specifically, the tiny but almost infinitely powerful and infinitely rich super duper upper class. I mean, they're so far up there. Woo! You know, they've done studies showing that the one percenters, we're talking about the super rich, the one percenters, people who run the corporations and the whole bit. They are at war with us. They've been at war with us. Since the 70s, since I was young Perry, that callow, loudmouth little bastard who keeps interrupting my show.